flourish among equals. Good morning, fellow classmates, judges, Mr. Veronica and Mrs. Thompson. My name is Veronica and I am here today with the pleasure of representing the second affirmative side. As my partner Tatum has already addressed, we both believe it should be resolved that the Upper Dublin School District should mandate school uniforms in grades K through 12 for the 2013 through 2014 school year. To further explain our resolution statement, as defined for us by education.com, a school uniform is standardized clothing for regular school attendance worn in conformity with school policy, and the address date is in 1 year and 3 months. And although negative may have brought up some valid points, my purpose is to present to you our plan and explain why it is extremely necessary. Again, virtue can only flourish among equals. Like Mary Wollstonecraft, a British philosopher, says, without equality, there is a lack of good moral and respect. The mandating of school uniforms will allow for a better focus in and out of school, stop bullying, and reduce peer pressure in order to expose better self-values, therefore working in the favor of the Upper Dublin student body. To begin, mandating school uniforms will promote better behavior and allow students to focus more on school rather than their appearance compared to others. Debates.juggle.com shares with us that if school kids are all in uniforms, there is the elimination of all of the preoccupation of what other people are wearing. It gives a sense of order to things and removes the class distinctions, which are apparent when kids are allowed to wear what they want. The kids who would be wearing $200 jeans look equal as to those who would be wearing hand-me-downs. Also, with school uniforms, there is less time being spent preparing for school days. There is no need to pick out outfits or worry about what others are wearing if everyone looks the same. Not only will school uniforms allow for a more focused atmosphere, but it will also encourage better behavior. StatisticBrain.com shares with us that since 1995, when Long Island implemented school uniforms, vandalism went down by 69%, school suspensions lowered by 90%, the overall crime rate dropped by 91%, and sex offenses decreased by 96%. This evidence clearly shows the dramatic effect school uniforms will have on the student body. In addition, the mandating of school uniforms will greatly decrease the amount of seclusion that is currently causing friction in school. Online.wsj.com says, teen and adolescent girls have long used fashion as a social weapon. Today, guidance counselors and psychologists say, fashion bullying is reaching a new level of intensity as more designers launch collections targeted at kids. Dorothy Espelage, a professor at the University of Illinois who has studied teenage behavior for 14 years, says in the more than 20 states where she has studied teens, she has been surprised by how kids revere those they perceive to have the best clothes. I quote, having access to designer clothing affords some kids the opportunity to become popular, and that protects you and gives you social power and leverage over others, she says. There should be no social power and leverage over others. Everyone should be each other's equals. Students should not be judged and criticized on their appearance, and a place where academics and talents should be highlighted. Kids should have absolutely no reason to fear going to school. According to the National Education Association, an estimated 160,000 kids refuse to go to school every day because they dread the physical and verbal aggression of their peers. Many more attend school in a chronic state of anxiety and depression. But what some do not understand is that having a unified set of clothing can change a student's school life. Someone who felt like an outcast now feels a part of something. He or she now feels what they should have been feeling all along, a sense of belonging. Lastly, the mandating of school uniforms will not limit expression, but instead, it will teach students how to feature it otherwise. Students should not have the belief that what you put on your body completely defines you, because it doesn't. If everyone looks the same, students will learn that it's what on the inside that truly counts. They will learn to show their differences through their personalities, the way they speak, and how they act. Individualism should and will be displayed through academics, sports, hobbies, and the arts. If everyone looks the same, it will only work to highlight the special features each and every one of us were gifted with, and it will work to teach students that in real life, everyone is equal. There is no one greater than the other because of their background or how much money they have. Because in the end, school is a place to learn, not only academics, but moral and values, and the mandating of school uniforms will show the idea that everyone is equal, yet different in their own and unique ways. Tatum and I believe it is extremely practical to begin selling school uniforms and school stores for the 2013 through 2014 school year. The selection of uniforms will consist of a co-ed sweater, button-down, collared short-sleeve shirt, appropriate skirt and dress pants for girls, and shorts and dress pants for boys. To furthermore reduce competition among students, a specific pair of shoes for each gender will also be provided. Those who do not follow this dress code will be given 3 warnings, which will lead to a detention. Although this wardrobe will not be costly, those families who are qualified as financially incapable of purchasing the uniforms by the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families program, which is also used for school meals, will receive financial aid. Overall, the school will make a small profit from these uniforms that will benefit other school activities so students can spend less money on them. To conclude, this plan is critical if we want to create a better focused learning atmosphere, reduce peer pressure and bullying, and teach better self-value. Tatum and I know that the mandating of school uniforms will be extremely beneficial to the Upper Dublin student body and create healthier places to learn and thrive in. So please vote affirmative. Thank you.